Hey, Shalon Winter here. Today's video is going to be about my money management plan, exactly what I do. I hit on it a little bit during my trader funding video, but to me, money management and discipline go hand in hand. You need them both, and there's enough on both of them to discuss separately. So I'll have another video out for trader discipline. But today it's about money management. I'm going to show you a spreadsheet that I use, and I'll include a link in the description for you to download that spreadsheet and use yourself. So stay tuned, enjoy, and I hope you get something out of this. All right, so let's dig right into this. Money management, one of the most important things you can have. Strict money management. That means having a specific profit target that you want to hit every day, minimum. If you go over it, that's fine, but have a minimum target and also have a stop limit. You have to know when to stop trading. You have to. Over the past couple years, me talking with hundreds of traders, and even helping traders helping traders. That's what we do, right? We're traders helping traders. Our community, and I gotta say it, it's not me. The community that Apex has built is just phenomenal. It's amazing. You have people helping brand new people. I was brand new one day. I needed that help. Now I'm helping other people. So it's just amazing. And, the biggest thing that I see is not knowing when to stop, and what I refer to as spiraling. Spiraling is when you have one mistake, you do something, and that leads on to another thing. Next thing you know, you've spiraled all the way down to a blown account. I've done it many times. Most people have done it, but the key is you got to learn from it. Learn from it and figure out how do I stop doing this? Well, to me, there's three things. You got to take valid trades, first of all. If your trades are not valid and you're just taking random bad trades, no matter your trading strategy, whatever it is, if you're with Apex, great. If you have some other trading strategy, maybe you're trading the VWAP, whatever it is, have rules and follow it. Say this is what I see for my setup. When this happens, I take the trade. Track that. Create some kind of system. I did that where I was tracking every day. I would look back at my trades. Okay, I took 3, 4, 5 trades today. How many of those 5 were valid? Until I was taking at least 90% of my trades valid by my rules, or in this case, Apex rules, because that's what I trade. Until my trades were that high rate of being valid good trades, I didn't want to focus on anything else. So once that was done, my next thing was money management and discipline. They go hand in hand. They're separate topics, but they go hand in hand. So again, this video is money management, and I will get into discipline. So I will cross-reference both. When I'm talking about money management, I will cross-reference to some discipline things. And when I make my discipline video, I will cross-reference into money management. That's just the way it is, in my opinion. Again, these are all my opinions. These are not Apex's opinions, although they do align. But they're not. These are 100% my own opinion. And full discretion, you can lose all your money trading. So, here's what I want to say about money management. Know when to stop. That's the number one thing I see people failing, is not stopping. When you hit your profit target, that's another thing. You get greedy, you want to keep going. But I see more people able to stop if they're up than stop if they're down. By nature, us as human beings, we don't like to lose. And when we lose, we feel betrayed. That's not supposed to happen, right? I'm not going to go too far into this because that's going into the discipline side. but we feel betrayed and we feel like we got to get it back. But we have to get out of that thinking, because what do we know with trading? 100% guaranteed you will lose. You will lose a trade. 100% guaranteed. So, have targets. Have a loss. For example, I look at everything in ticks because I trade futures contracts. I want a profit goal of a certain amount of ticks, a loss limit of a certain amount of ticks. When it hits that limit, stop. Come back the next day, and I say this over and over and over in our mentor groups. If you stop today, your future self, your tomorrow self, will thank your today self. I promise. If I have a losing day today and I stop when I was supposed to, and I come back tomorrow and I have a winning day, then I say, I'm so glad I stopped yesterday when I was supposed to, because it didn't take as long to recover, right? If you don't stop today on a losing day and you lose more, it's going to just take you that much longer to recover. And then the next day you're going to say, if I would have stopped, I hit my profit target today, but if I would have stopped yesterday, I wouldn't have to keep making it up. And it just messes up your head. I'm telling you, I've been through this. This was the hardest thing for me to do, and I finally overcame it. So I'm preaching on this because I feel like if I can do it, anybody can do it. I'm super, super competitive. I played basketball my whole life. Still play basketball. I hate to lose. But guess what? I've 120% accepted the fact that I will lose in trading. So let me bring you over to my spreadsheet that I use. I created this, okay? And it's simple but effective, okay? And this is based on trader funding. As you can see, because I use trader funding. As you can see, I have here so for example, if you have a $50,000 account, you're going to put in your starting balance, which is $50,000, your drawdown, so you're able to lose $2,500 on that account, which means your starting threshold will be $47,500. If you hit this number, you got to start over. Okay? For me, so I'm going to go ahead and put in there. Okay. Well, hold on a second. My tick goal. So I go for goals in ticks. Personally, 40 ticks is my goal per day. Okay? 40 ticks. If I lose 40 ticks, that's my loss limit. That's it. Whatever comes first. I win 40 ticks, I lose 40 ticks. That's it. Now you might be thinking, if you haven't seen any of my other videos or the Apex Trader Funding video that I made on trader funding on why I love it, you might be thinking 40 ticks, that's it? Yeah, that's it. That's all you need. That, for me, is 2 winning trades. Let me show you why right quick. Because people get too caught up in little numbers, not realizing if you can be consistent making 40 ticks a day, you can make a ton of money, because in trading, it's all about consistency. It does you no good making thousands of dollars one day to blow it all the next. No good. But if you can make 40 ticks a day, you will be in great shape. Here's why. I trade the NASDAQ. I trade the Dow, YM, NQ. Primarily those two. They're both $5 a tick. So if I trade 40 ticks is my profit goal. One contract, that's $200 a day. You might be thinking, that's not that much. That's $1,000 a week. Where, even at that number, I don't know how much y'all, whoever's watching this, I don't know how much you're making at your job, if you have a job, or if you're retired. $1,000 a week is pretty good money. In my opinion, it's pretty good money. It's not bad. For maybe a couple hours sitting at your computer. That's all one contract. Let's pair that with the power of leverage, with the trader funding, and you copy, let's say you have 5 accounts, and you've copied that trade across 5 accounts. Your one little contract, your 40 little ticks across 5 accounts is now $1,000 a day. Times 5 days, that's $5,000 a week. You see how that can very, 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 very easily become big numbers. People get too fixated. I'll make a post in my Facebook group, which, by the way, join that. There's going to be a link in the description. I'll make a post where I say, oh, I hit my 40 ticks for the day. That's $200 per contract per account. And people are like, oh, that's nice. Or I'm sorry. Yeah. So 200, but they don't realize, people don't realize that's per contract per account. You add 5 accounts, that's $1,000 a day. If you do 2 contracts, that's now 40 ticks times $10, right? That's $400. If you have 5 accounts, that's $2,000 a day. 5 days, that's $10,000 a week. Very, 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 very easily to make this small number into huge numbers. And I won't go further than that, because if most people can make 5 to 10 grand per week with an hour or two sitting in front of the computer, I mean, to me, that's a no-brainer. No-brainer. So my goal is 40 ticks profit, 40 ticks loss. If I lose 40 ticks, the same thing. Now, I am very consistent in my trading, okay? I don't lose more than a couple days. Like, I've never really I hardly ever have back-to-back losing days. And I rarely ever have 3 losing days in a row. Now, again, I don't know what kind of trading strategy you trade, but with the Apex trading strategy and the setups the setup I take, I have a very high win rate, and I'm very consistent. So, I mean, I maybe like once in the last year or so, I've had 3 max losing days in a row. I mean, it's just that rare for me. So with that being said, if I have a losing day today, and let's say it's just easy numbers, 1 contract, and I lost 200, right? Lost 40 ticks. The next day, I hit my profit goal, and I make 200. Well, guess what? I'm right back to even, okay? So that's why I do it. It's easy to manage. It's when I hit 40 ticks, I'm done. If I lose 40 ticks, I'm done. And if you stick with this over time, you're taking valid trades. If your win rate is over 50%, you're going to make money. Plain and simple. Every single person I've gotten onto this money management plan has gone on to get funded with a funded account with Apex or whoever they're using for their trader funding. I mean, because you got to think in probabilities, right? Thinking in probabilities. If your win rate is over 50%, but you're stopping, your profit goal for the day and your loss limit for the day is the same, right? Either way, and you're winning over 50% of your trades, by default, just purely from a numbers perspective, you will be profitable. But then you start winning at a 70%, 80% win rate. Again, you're going to be very profitable. Okay? So this is how we use the spreadsheet. And this may help a lot of people by having this. So what I do is how many contracts traded. Let's move that to 1. Okay, so you're gonna set your starting balance here, your starting drawdown based on whatever account you set up, right? And your starting threshold. How many contracts you're trading. Okay, so let's say you're starting with 1 contract. You're going to put in here the contract price, because if you're trading ES, the S&P, that's $12.50, right? That's going to be different. Okay. If you're trading the NASDAQ or YM, that's $5. So what this is going to show you, if you're trading 1 contract at $5 at 40 tick, you want to put your loss limit. Like, what's my goal? My goal is 40 ticks. My loss limit is 40 ticks. You enter those in. Okay. Those fields you're entering in based on whatever plan you want. This is my plan, 40-40. So that means my risk for the day is $200. Okay. Based on my risk and my drawdown, I can lose 12 days in a row right here. If I lost 40 ticks 12 days in a row, that's when it'll finally reach 12 and a half days, reach my threshold and blow out my account. So as long as I don't lose 12 in a row, I'm fine. And like I said in the beginning, because I'm consistent, I want to give myself at least 6 max losing days. That's because I'm consistent. Maybe for you, if you're just starting out, you want to start with 12, 10, something, because you don't want to, hit that blowout, right? But I'm consistent. So on a 50K account, if I start off a 50K account, I start with 2 contracts. Because I trade YM and NQ, that's $5, right? So I do 2 contracts. That means I'm risking 40 ticks, which is $400 a day. That gives me 6 days. 6 consecutive days. And that's when the account will blow out. And for me, again, I have to reiterate this so much. Because I'm consistent, I can do this. And it works for me. If you're not, maybe you need more losing days. Because everything I do is all mitigate. It's all about my risk. All about my risk. How much am I willing to risk? How much, and because you're going to have profitable days. But if I can manage my risk, I can stay in the game longer. Okay? So you're going to set that. So just for numbers purposes, actually, let's go ahead, because I know a lot of people should be trading 1 contract to start. So we're going to put that here. Actually, I'm going to show you my plan, and then you can do this however you want. Again, I only do it this way because I'm consistent. So I want to show you how to use this. So you're going to this is your starting balance, okay? So when you trade at the end of your trading session, you're going to take whatever your new balance is, right? So let's say you made $500, easy numbers. So now your new balance is going to be 50,500, right? Your threshold would have went up by $500. So you put in, and you can see this in your Rhythmic account. Once you're done, you'll see your balance and your threshold amount, and you just copy it and put it in here. But that'll be 48,000. Okay. So what that does is that tells you right here how much you made that day. Okay? How much you made. And so what I'm going to be doing too is I'm going to be adding in commissions to this. So this is just kind of what I've been using as a baseline, this spreadsheet. And I'm going to beef it up some more. I'm going to add commissions. I'm going to add a dashboard where you can see some charts and some different things. So this is kind of a preliminary thing that I've been using. And since I'm going to give it out, I want to beef it up a little bit. But for now, we're not taking into account commissions, because also I really don't care too much. I do, but I care more so about the ticks. Am I getting my ticks? So anyways, so what this does when you put your new balance in, your threshold, this will pop up here how much you made for the day, right? Say, okay, I made $500. So you put in here your P&L for the day, 500. Okay, it updates your balance, it updates your threshold, it updates everything for you. And then I hit my 40 ticks. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. I apologize. I messed up. Up here, the tick goal, this is for the week. So if it's 40 ticks a day, my goal is 200 for the week. I completely messed that up. So I hit my 40 ticks for the day. Okay. And then you're going to keep doing the same thing every day. So at the end of the next day, you put in whatever your balance is here. Let's say it's 5,800. You made $300 the next day. So 300. You just look into your Rhythmic, type in whatever it says, right? So you just every day, at the end of the day, you're going to type in your balance and threshold, your new balance and threshold that it tells you in Rhythmic. And then it'll spit out here what you made for the day. So you put that there. Once you have commissions, I have commissions in here, it'll make it better. But you just put that in there. Boom. Okay. Let's just say, I'm just using the easy number. Well, let's just say you hit 30 ticks that day. Okay. Hit my 30 ticks. So now it shows I have a total of 70 ticks for the week, which that is 35% of my goal. So you just keep going, right? This is week 1. So I'm just going to fast forward. Okay. I'm going to say we made 300, 300. We had a great week. Okay. We made $300. 30, 30, and let's just say we hit our goal. Okay. So, okay, we don't have to worry about this negative number. It's just because I have to update this. Well, I can do that just to make it look good for the video. Okay. So now it shows your cumulative P&L here. So this week is finished, right? How far, and I'm probably going to, and with the dashboards, I'm going to put in our total ticks here, week 1 total amount. And I'm going to beef this up, like I said. But, okay, I hit my goal. This is what I care about. How many ticks did I get and how far away from my goal? Was this green? Yes, it's green. I'm in the profit for that week. Beautiful. Week 2, we come back and do the same thing, right? Same thing up here. At the end of the day, I know my week is 200 ticks is my goal. Okay. At the end of the day, put in your rhythmic balance. See, it's going to carry forward your balance here. When you put in your rhythmic balance, your threshold, you just do the same exact thing. But now, so let's see. I'm going to put in just to show you, let's say I made $300 again. So that would put the balance at 52,000. Right? So I want to, let's see here, 1 second. Oops. Let me update this threshold so I can show you how, oops, hold on, I'm doing something here wrong. Okay. So this threshold, if you would have updated it at the end of your Friday here, it would have been at 49,200. So you still have a $2,500 drawdown, right? So then you come over here, you made $300, right? Because we were at 51.7. You made $300 your first day of the week. So it's at 52 now. So now your threshold is at 49.5. Okay. You still had $2,500 drawdown. See, it tells me I made $300. I'm going to put that 300 there. Let's say I made my 40 ticks. Okay. Carries over the cumulative P&L. And like I said, all you're doing is just adding. So at this point, we already know we have 6 max losing days, right? Based on whatever the contracts and contract price and your tick loss limit. We know what this number is. I'm risking $400. I'm trying to make $400, which is, 40 ticks. So what this will do as you go and build, this is better. This is you could do this on your valuations. But this is also great for when you are in a funded account, your PA. This is great to know, when do I add a contract? Because that's another question. At what point should I add a contract? So I'm going to, let's just make this easy. And let's just say you made $1,000, right? That week. You have 53,000. So now your threshold would be, because it's $2,500, but it stops on a PA, right? On a funded account. So your threshold would be 50,500, which is 2,500 under, right? Now, the cool thing is this is going to, it's going to stop trailing, because of the PA, right? Because the PA, it stops trailing at 50,100. So you put your threshold here, and then your drawdown will start to build. So, I mean, if you're in a funded account, this threshold's never going to go to 50,500 because it stops at 50,100. So you would actually just put that in there, right? So see what happens is when you go to 53, your threshold stops at 50,100. So what happens is, look what happens now. Your drawdown went higher because you stayed here. Now you're building cushion. Okay? So now look, your max losing days went up. Went up to 7. Now remember, I want at least 6 max losing days. So if I'm here now, right? And I say, ooh, let's see if I add a contract, what happens? Ugh. It's down to 4.8 losing days. So I got to keep building a little more. Okay? So I go to the next. So I have, by the way, I have 13 weeks here. 13 weeks, so you use one spreadsheet per quarter is kind of what I'm doing. So let's say we're going to take our $53,000 balance, throw it over here. Our threshold's at 50,100. Okay, we have a tick goal of 200 ticks. Easy, just so I don't have to go through filling every single thing out. You get the point. I'm going to put in here that we made $1,500 this week. Okay, $1,500. Now our balance is 54,500. So if I go throw that over here, 54,500, and I have a threshold of 5,100. Now, as you can see, my drawdown is 4,400. So before I start trading, I can put this in here for week 4 and say, all right, now I have 11 losing days. If I add a contract, ooh, that's not so bad. That's 7 days risk. That's more than my 6. Again, find what you're comfortable with. This is for me because I'm consistent. I can go with 6 days. You might need 8 or 10. So whatever you figure for your plan. Okay. So at this point, I say, ooh, I can do that. Oops. I can add a contract. So now 15 ticks times, $15 times 40 ticks a day, I'm risking $600. That means my profit goal for the day is 600, right? So if I go 600 a day, that means my balance now would have grown to 57.5. My drawdown stays the same. So I go into week 5 with my balance at 57,500. Threshold still 5,100. Now I have a bigger drawdown. If I'm on 3 contracts, I have a bigger drawdown at 7,400. So technically, I can go up to 4 contracts. Now, you might not want to just jump that quick, to keep jumping that quick. And this also is assuming we're not having losing days. Obviously, we're going to have some losing days. Chances of you going an entire month without a losing day is very slim. I've gotten close, but not an entire month. I've gotten my best so far was, because there's 20 trading days in most months. My best was I went 17 green days out of 20. So yeah, this is really it. It's not much. But what it does is it keeps you accountable when you make it a habit to enter these numbers in every single day. Because I'm telling you, it sucks when you start entering in negative numbers. You start really thinking, and do it anyways. Because if you have a bad day, it's so easy to say, I'm not even gonna worry about it. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna fill this in. I'll start another time, this or that. Do it every day. Review your charts every day. If you do this every day, because I promise you, if you come in here and you're like, minus 300, I lost 40 ticks. Next day, minus 300. Ooh, it hurts. It hurts. You don't like doing that. And seeing your account go down, seeing your tick count go down. I'm going to put in here an equity curve chart because I love equity curves in ticks because I look at things in ticks. A healthy equity curve goes up, has a couple pullbacks, just like a chart. Up, a little pullback, up, a little pullback, higher highs, higher lows. You know, as long as you don't have just a spiral where you blow it, this will definitely help. This is money management, strict money management, knowing if I put in here that I lost, if my goal is 40 ticks a day, my loss limit's 40, and I go in here for the day, and I'm telling you, do this. Hold yourself accountable. If you overtrade and you lose 80 ticks that day, put that in there because you'll see how much harder it is to come back from that than if you would have just stopped at 40. And that's where I go back to the beginning of the video, and I say that my little saying is that my tomorrow self will thank my yesterday self for stopping when I should have. I promise you it will. So that's really it. I'll include the spreadsheet in the description. There's going to be a link. For now, it's just going to be a Google Drive link, I guess. I'm just going to put it in there. Everybody, y'all know I don't do this for anything other than helping the people that's ever asked me questions because, you know, I've gone through my struggles with trading. I've been doing this for 2 years now. I have been consistent now for quite some time. Been profitable, been doing well, so I get a lot of people asking me questions, and really this is just one of the easiest ways for me to do it. And yeah, so it's gonna be a Google link for now, and what I'll do is I'll make like an announcement or something when I ever update the spreadsheet, and I'll just replace the link with the new one in the video because I do want to beef up the spreadsheet a little more and just, you know, throw in some nice things. Because like I said, this was really, I built this just for me to hold myself accountable and to keep track of everything. So yeah, so definitely make sure if you're not subscribed to my video, subscribe to my channel, like this video, share it, keep watching it. I'm definitely putting out more videos. I'm trying to do my trade sessions every morning. I just want to put as much info and content that can help people out there as I can. Join my Facebook group. That's going to be in the link, the description. So yeah, that's about it. It's Friday, so happy Friday. Everybody enjoy your weekend, review, study your charts, and get ready for our next trading week. Take care. Have a good day.